Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy ZT back at it again with What If Deku Was Deadpool number 2. So, yeah, I'm back to this What If. I'll be dropping each week a new part of this one. So, stay tuned, and this part will be around 30 to 45 minutes long. So, I hope you enjoy it. All the thanks goes to Dan the Dude for staying with me, for helping with ideas, for helping create and bringing this one to life. I want to say thank y'all to each and every 654 one of you. We are that strong right now, so let's get it up to 700. And yeah, need to say some things about the channel. The views are dropped drastically from what they used to be. I know. I think that they don't like the what ifs or something, but yeah, if I start a what if and I enjoy it, I would continue it because you people do not engage with the what ifs. You don't say if you like it or not. Just say it doesn't take too much. Say I don't like this stuff. Please remove this what if, and I'll stop doing it. And yeah, so yeah, this what if is an amalgamation between between Deku and Deadpool, and I hope you enjoy it. In the last episode, we stopped by Deku and Stain going into a fight, and Deku losing miserably. So we jump back into it 4 months before the UA entrance exam. Deku is still training under Stain, and Stain found out that the UA entrance exam will have a theory test. So he told Deku to get his studies and his shit together and get some academic teachings. So Deku complied with Stain and started doing his studies more and more, but but he did not neglect the combat training with Stain. Because of his healing ability in regeneration, he does not need as much rest as the normal human does. So we jump forward to 2 months, no, a month before the entrance exam. Deku is training with Stain, and Deku said, Stain, show me one of your signature moves. And Stain stood back and he showed Deku this monster side of him, this blood-curdling fear crept through Deku's bodies and bone. He was feeling the chill, a cold sweat running down his neck. Just now, Stain showed him his bloodlust in that he can weaponize it. So Deku asked him if he can do that. And Stain said that Deku was actually showing some of his bloodlust without even realizing it in combat. So he can utilize this ability too. So a month before UA exams, Deku was taught by Stain the blood-curdling blood lust as a final move against stronger enemies and weaker enemies. So we jump into the entrance exam. Deku bid Stain farewell for the one of the last times actually, and Stain said that I hope I'll see you in the future as a presentable and number one hero. Deku said, I hope I see you in good health, Stain, and they shook their hands on it and each went their way. Deku was walking to the UA grounds and he saw this brown-haired, plump-cheeked girl walking down, and the first thought that came across his mind was, let me hit on her. So he shouted, Yo girl! She said, huh? Did it hurt? He answered. She said, what? When you fell out of heaven? And she cringed so goddamn hard, and she ran into the to inside UA. And Deku said, ah shit, didn't work. And he went inside. Inside he sat next to Bakugo, but Bakugo did not say a word because he tasted the beating from Deku. And he knows how capable Deku is. And Deku is giving off this aura about him that something changed in his life. So Deku was sitting down, listening to present mic presentation about the one pointers, two pointers, and 3 point robots in the zero pointer. As usual, Ida got up and created a commotion, which Deku scoffed at it, which pissed off Ida a bit. Bakugo looked at Deku and said, I'll see you in the other side. So each one went to their separate classes and they had the theory exam, which Deku barely passed because he is not that smart. So we jump into the combat simulation. So each one is waiting for uh, for the bell to ring, and Prism Mike shouted from afar, "If you're waiting for a signal, you're wrong. Heroes does not wait. Go, go, go!" So Deku and the other students went running. Deku had two katanas with him, and he was running through the streets with his whoa. Sorry for that. He was running next to Ida, but Ida sped up, which made Deku use some of more of his physical abilities. And Deku met the first one pointer robot, and he sliced the legs out of that robot, and he slid under it, destroying the robot, making it incapable of keeping fighting. So Deku started jumping from place to place, and he was slashing and dashing through the place, destroying one robot after another. And one student was about to get hit by a 3 pointer robot, and Deku jumped on top of the robot, and he used his katanas to straight up penetrate the robot's neck, destroying it. And he said to the contestant, "Pay more attention, please." He cut the head out of the 3 pointer robot, and he jumped into another and kept the streak. Deku in this what if does not have ultra human super strength or something like that, like All Might or something like that. He's just barely stronger than human. So he used his abilities and his agile movement to jump from place to place, destroying one robot after another, and he scored 38 points, hero points. And then you hear the scream of a girl that been crushed by a boulder. Her leg is totally crushed, and the 0 pointer is approaching. While each and every individual was running away, Deku could not overlook that. Deku grabbed some rocks from the ground, and he started running towards the 0 pointer. And he started distracting it by throwing rocks and taking it in the other direction while shouting at the other contestant to help the girl get out of that problem. And he kept doing that and doing that, leading the robot far and far away. Then Deku got the idea of jumping from wall to wall, just like Stain. He's simulating Stain's movement, jumping from place to place onto the robot's face. He landed there, and the robot tried to flick him off. But Deku dodged it, and he tried to slash through the robot's face, but his blades did not have any significant damage, except for one slash that went inside the robot's neck, cutting some wires, making the robot's hand limp without usage. Deku noticed that, and he started thinking, let me use more of that. So Deku started slashing and dashing more and more and more until he cut the main cord on the neck, making the robot fall limp. Deku said, "Ooh, shit, that was too much. Don't you think, Xenon?" Wait, what? Did Deadpool Deku just talk to me? Yeah, I talking to you and the audience too. You better subscribe and like. And he is breaking the fourth wall. Great. Deadpool, can I continue with the what if? Yeah, sure, man. Keep it up. And please, don't make me gay or something like that. I will hate you forever. And you just gave me an idea, Deadpool. Fuck you, Xenon. Thank you, Deadpool. Let me continue now, you piece of shit. So we continue after the fourth wall break by Deadpool. We continue with our story. Uraraka got healed by a recovery girl, and Deku walked away. not even getting a thank you or something like that, because Uraraka felt so uncomfortable by that first time he hit it on her. She was thankful to him, but she was kind of cringing every time she saw his mask. By the way, Deku never removes his mask. So days go on, and Deku sat down in place. And one day he got the idea to go to the mental hospital. He went there having a bouquet of flower in his hand and some gifts on the other, and he was walking until he met a distinguished boy with red and white hair with a distinguished burn mark on his face. They looked at each other, and the Deku Todoroki saw the mask on Deku's face, and Deku saw the scar on Todoroki's face. They said hi and hi to each other, and they went into separate rooms, one next to the other. Deku did not remove his mask while talking to his mom about him applying to UA and stuff. And the other thing, but Todoroki did not go into his mother's room. He left her a message and he walked away. That is the difference between Deku. Deku actually tries, and Todoroki actually runs away like a bitch. So yeah, we jump into the end of the week, and Deku received a note from UA telling him that he succeeded with 30 villain points and 70 hero points for his valorous and courageous attempt at saving the girl. Which Stain replied from behind the window, "You did good, kid." Deku said, "Holy shit, Stain, never do that again, right?" And Stain said, "Just open the damn window, kid." Deku opened the window and he sat down with Stain and said, and then Stain came to Deku and said, "This will be one of our last times for meeting here or meeting anywhere. Next time we meet, it might be even as adversaries in the battlefield." Deku looked at him and said, "I know, Stain." Stain said, "You'll be a good hero one day. I'm sure of it." Deku said to him, "Thanks, Stain. Stay out of trouble, okay?" And Stain said, "I'ma try to." Stain jumped out of the window, jumping from building to building, running away, while Deku said, "Sayonara, old friend." After that, the next day, Deku went into UA in his official school uniform, but he has the mask on as always. Deku walked through UA's huge halls, and he started discovering classes after classes, and he was looking for 1A until he met the giant door that was written 1A. Deku said, "What the fuck kind of student is that big? Damn, what are they feeding you, boy?" So Deku opened the door to find the commotion between Ida and Bakugo, each one screaming at each other, but Bakugo is much calmer in this one. So Bakugo gaze met Deku's mask gaze actually, and they looked for a couple of seconds, and Deku started walking. Ada started walking toward Deku, and he said, "I must congratulate you, sir. You showed great valor, and you were much smarter than us other contendants." Deku said, "What do you mean, much smarter?" And Ida said, "You know about the rescue points, didn't you?" Deku said, "Rescue points? What the fuck are you talking about? Any normal hero or normal human would lend a hand. Any decent human being would help at that point. It's not about points. If you want to be a hero, your first thing you gotta learn is saving people, not defeating bad guys." Ida took that personally, and he felt like shit because he did not know that. Because Deku does not hide anything, he does not lie, he is straightforward. Deku said, whatever, let me find my place." Deku sat next to Kaminari and Mineta, which they actually found what Deku said right there hilarious as fuck. So the budding relationship of the three musketeers, the three dumbasses, starts. Kaminari, Deku, and Mineta, the pervert. So Mineta was talking to Deku, and just laying in his desk looking at Mineta just to make the gaze of Mineta the short pimple shit. So they were talking and Mineta said, "Ooh, who is that hottie right there?" He was talking about Uraraka. Who is that hottie? Deku, upon looking at her and she seen the mask, the cringe started. If you watch Gumball, you know the episode cringe. It just felt like that. It felt even the generation before that and after that will feel the cringe. So Deku said, "It's nothing, dude," and to himself, and he continued having his normal chat. Then a caterpillar-like person came from through the door and said, "If you're here to make friends, do that somewhere else. Get into your PE gym clothes and meet me outside in 5 minutes." Some of the students started bitching and moaning about the ceremony, but he said, "We are here to train heroes, not for good for nothing celebration and shit. Get your asses right now. Get your asses outside right now. I don't want to repeat myself." So each one got into the locker rooms, the girl locker room and the boys locker room. Todoroki approached Deku and he said, "I recognize that mask from somewhere." And Deku said, "I recognize that burn mark somewhere too." And then Todoroki grabbed him to the side and he said, "Kid," he said, "what's your name?" Deku said, "Izuku Midoriya. My name is Todoroki Endeavor. Todoroki Shota. Fuck Endeavor, dude. Todoroki Shoto." So they got into some of conversation and he said, "I saw you at the mental hospital last time." And Deku said, I saw you too. Actually, we said hello to each other, dumbass." And Todoroki was kind of taken back by the laid back attitude of this kid. And Todoroki said, "I have a question. Why the mask?" "Deku, you want to know that badly?" Todoroki said, "Yeah, why not?" And Deku lifted some of his mask up to his nose and he said, "Boo." And he lowered it back down. Todoroki, upon seeing the face, some of part of the face of Deku, felt cringe and he felt uncomfortable seeing that. And Deku got into the locker room while everybody is changing and started removing his clothes. He used one of the closets as a hiding spot, but people can see his feet, his deformed feet, blisters and stuff, the cancer upon his skin. They started seeing it, and Bakugo looked from afar and he said, "If you want to stay alive, don't go there." The students said, What do you mean?" "I tasted that firsthand. He will go insane on you. So stay away from him when he's changing or removing his mask. Please do that." And the students felt a chill running down their spine because they found out that this kid is kind of cheerful and kind of happy-go-lucky dumbass. So yeah, it was kind of taken aback by Bakugo. Bakugo of all people kind of fears Deku in that side of him. He becomes monstrous once you see his face. He's like the SCP-096. He will destroy you while you see it because it brings back memories of his mother breaking down right next to him. So Deku changed into his PE clothes, keeping the mask on and walking out. Aizawa said to himself, "What the fuck is that kid with the mask? I saw him before, I saw him with it in the streets, and now I'm seeing him in class with it." And he said, "Ah, fuck, maybe he's just a weirdo. Let him be." So he looked at the charts of the other students, and Izuku Midoriya with a quirk called Regeneration. Kinda interesting quirk you got there, kid. And he asked, first of all, asked Bakugo to throw the ball. Bakugo threw it 750 meters away. Then each one was pretty excited. And everyone had the normal exam, and Deku had the ball in his hand and he threw it as hard as he can, landing it at 300 meters. He's above a human, but not that strong. 300 meters for normal human power. So he is kind of strong. So we go about it just like that. In the other exam, Deku scored as any a bit stronger than a normal human. He was on the top six of the class, but he wasn't overpowered, if you know what I mean. Deku's ability comes from his hardened fighting style, the Deadpool style, the Stain style, and the double sword style and gun style. So yeah, Aizawa said, "Huh, you're actually having fun. So the last one of you will be fucking out of this school." Each one had a chill run down the spine, and Deku welcomed the challenge like a maniac. So it went like that, and each one went, and the exam came off, and Mineta was the last one in the charts. Mineta started breaking down and crying and begging the teacher not to do it. And Aizawa said, "There is no buts and there is no pleading for that. You're out of this school." Deku stood up from his place and he walked to Aizawa and said, "I challenge you to a fight." Aizawa was pretty taken back by it because this kid showed valor and great courage to challenge a teacher into a fight. Deku said, "I will fight you for him. If I win, he stays. If I lose, we both are out." Mineta brought to tears by Deku's words and his valor shown in the other students taken aback because of how much courage this kid is showing against a pro teacher, a pro hero Eraserhead. And Aizawa said, "I can't back down from that, you know, kid, you're going down." Zawa used his carbon fiber strings and he held Deku, throwing him away, landing in some bushes. Deku grabbed a couple of sticks and he looked at him. Kind of, but there are batons. And he started doing some movement with him and he got into a fighting stance. Zawa was taken aback, so this kid has a background in using martial arts and fighting style. So Deku started rolling from place, jumping from place, hitting while Aizawa is dodging the strikes. And then Deku said, "I need to go a bit unorthodoxly so I can beat this one." Deku started dancing around like a maniac while each one of them was looking like, "What the fuck is this kid doing?" And Aizawa was like, "I can't read his movements, actually, I can't predict." And Bakugo was having this interesting look in his face. Deku started dancing around while Aizawa tried to shoot one of his strings toward Deku. Deku ducked, doing a dance move. Then Deku jumped, landing on top of his fingers, and he looked at Aizawa and he used Sanji's signature move, which is the rolling kicks. So he started rolling around and around using his kicks like a break dancer, and Aizawa was taken aback. He couldn't read the movement. Then Aizawa said, "Huh, pretty interesting, kid." Aizawa used his string to propel himself from the ground, and he used a sneak attack to wrap Deku body in. Aizawa landed with a knee towards Deku's stomach, ending the fight well, to the horror of the other students, saying, "You killed him, Teach." And Aizawa said, "This kid can take a lot harder than that if you know what his quirk is." So Deku stood up. I guess it's my loss. I'm out of here. Let's go, Mineta." And Aizawa said, "Because of your bravery in standing up for other, you represent what a true hero is. Both of you will stay just for impressing me, kid. Keep this up." Each and every student started cheering, and Mineta was hugging Deku's leg, and Deku said, "Come on, dude, not like that. You're making it weird. Stop." And everyone was cheering for him except Bakugo, and from afar, you can see All Might looking at Izuku and saying, pretty interesting, showing great valor and heroism right here against the teacher for another student. This might be the next successor. So we jump back into normal class and it went normal and everything went like normal. Deku's day ended and he was walking home alone until Kaminari and Mineta walked up to him. So what are you gonna do after school right now? Deku said, nah, maybe go home and chill. Kaminari said, I have an idea. Let's go to the arcade, dude. Deku said, okay, why not? So the friendship started from there. They went to the arcade, had a blast, and they are talking and joking around. Deku actually liked the perverted nature of Mineta. It's kind of endearing to him because Deadpool's life is fuck, kill, live. That's it. And Kaminari's sense of humor and his ability to use his shock to tinker with stuff actually impressed Deku. So each one of them has his special ability, and Deku was known for his good fighting. So the three musketeers went on to become friends like normal. And I'll be dropping this what if right here. Stay tuned for the next episode. It's been your boy Xenon ZT, and a special thank you to Dan the dude. I appreciate you, my guy, for the thumbnail, for the great ideas. I hope you enjoyed this what if. Don't forget to drop a like, comment down below, and please tell me if I should drop other what ifs or should I continue with them. It's been your boy Xenon ZT. Peace.